Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, November 11th, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Today is Veterans Day. At some point today, please pause to give thanks to our vets, living or dead, for the sacrifices they've made, they continue to make, and will continue to make to keep our country free. Well, we do have some news, so I guess we should get into it, shall we? Early yesterday morning, a man was sitting in his vehicle outside his residence on Green Orchard Road in Glen Burnie when he was approached by two black males who pointed a gun at his head and demanded that he exit the car and give him the keys. He did comply, but as he was exiting the car, they struck him in the face with one of the weapons. The car was ultimately recovered, and the man is recovering from his injuries. Police are asking anyone that may have any information to contact them at 410-222-6145. This left me shaking my head a little bit. An Eastport woman was scammed out of $20,075.69. How, you ask? She apparently wrote a book and found a publisher that offered to publish it for, you guessed it, $20,075.69. So she dutifully transferred the money to Gampi Media Incorporated, and that's Gampi, who promptly absconded with the money. A basic Google search of the word Gampi shows nothing related to publishing. So I guess we need to toss out a warning to budding authors out there. Don't send money to publishers that you have not investigated. Most publishers will pay you for a book, or if you do self-publish, you may pay a small fee, and then the purchase of the books is on top of that. Good news for 5 area organizations who were damaged by the tornado back in September. The Anne Arundel County Economic Development Corporation has doled out the first set of grants under the Disaster Recovery Micro Grant Program. Each received $5,000 to help them rebuild. The Annapolis International Market, which is a cousin to one of my favorite restaurants, Sin Fronteras, Chris's Charcoal Pit, who I miss dearly, Cricket Wireless, Panther Auto Body, and the Cecil Memorial United Methodist Church. There will be more doled out in the coming weeks, but one of the goals of the program was getting funds out fast. Applications opened up on November 1st, and 10 calendar days later, they have the money. Great job, AAEDC. And if you're not familiar with the Anne Arundel Economic Development Corp., go give the podcast we did with Ben Burge, who's our CEO, back in August, a listen. It's a lot of good information for you. And as we begin to wrap it up, here's a mix-mosh, or is it a mishmash, I'm not sure, of stories and quick hits. The Dunkin, formerly known as Dunkin' Donuts, that just opened up on Bay Ridge Road near the Giant is having their grand opening on Saturday from 9 a.m. till noon. Score a free coffee at the event and look for a mailer in your mailbox with a bunch of coupons as well. This won't be as controversial as my stance that Chuck E. Cheese has decent pizza. Go ahead, fight me on that one. But if you are at a 7-Eleven, pick up a box of the fresh cookies they keep at the counter. There's like 6 or 7 of them in a square box, brown box. And aside from grandmom's, they are some of the best cookies I've ever had. Try it and tell me I'm wrong. Our own Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace was a guest on the Mike O'Mara show yesterday. You can catch it on Mike O'Mara's YouTube channel. And Trevor was talking about crypto, which I still don't understand. And actually, we'll be doing a bonus podcast with Trevor, and he's going to try to explain it to me. That'll happen next week. Look for it probably about a week and a half out. Remember, we will be at Heroes Pub in West Annapolis at noon today with the Military Bowl and Budweiser to kick off the Who's Your Hero program. Come on out, fill out a form telling us who's a hero in your life, or if you want, come on Mike and tell us in person, and you could win a great Military Bowl prize pack, including a spot in the parade for you and your hero, tickets to the game, access to the field, and a whole lot of swag. Come on out for Kurt and Lila's Wings at Heroes anyhow because they're fabulous. And I hear that Budweiser is bringing a whole bunch of swag to be giving away a little bit later on today, as well as a pair of tickets to the Military Bowl. So hopefully we will see you at noon at Heroes in West Annapolis. And finally, up this Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, Tim Coe from Goosehead Insurance, a new broker in town. And that's not to be confused with Goose Island or Moosehead, which are both beers. You screw that one up and you're going to be disappointed any way you look at it. All right, and that is the news for today. But first, a quick thank you to the three sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: the Hospice of the Chesapeake, Solar Energy Services, and the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long End Foster Company. It is Thursday, so we have Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace and fresh off his appearance from the Mike O'Mara Show here with your Maker Minutes. And of course, George from DC MDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather. All of that gets underway in just a bit.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company.
Did you know that home values jumped over 10% on average in 2020? And we are expected to see more increases over the next 3 to 6 months. What's causing this rise in value? First, limited inventory. We have about 60% fewer homes on the market right now than we did the same time last year. Second, low interest rates. People can afford more home right now, and that is very appealing. Third, increased buyer demand. We literally have over 20 interested and qualified buyers waiting for the right home to come on the market, and we are not alone. If you are ever thinking of timing the market just right to get the highest price in recent history, your time has come. My team is available and ready. Give us a call today. We'll check your home's value and break neighborhood records.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DC MDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DC MDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DC MDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, November 11th. Happy Veterans Day to all across the Annapolis region and beyond, which should bring one last very nice day to the region ahead of a cold front Friday that will bring some showers and storms before conditions then clear out again for the weekend. Expect mixed skies today with temps once again in the mid-60s to maybe lower 70s in spots before clouds then move in late and rain breaks out very late tonight or overnight with some thunderstorms possibly embedded in the line of rain that moves through from west to east late morning or early afternoon, with conditions cooler on Saturday with mid-50s to lower 60s for most, with breezy winds and mostly dry skies, though we can't rule out a passing shower or two ahead of tons of sun on Sunday, with temps then much cooler in the 50 to 55 degree range. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DC MDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And of course, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and download our app on all of your devices by searching DC MDVA Weather from the Apple or Google App Stores so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. With all the talk of energy resilience in the news recently, I'm surprised there's not more talk about solar plus batteries, especially since 1/3 of all of our new residential solar projects include a battery backup system that provides instant energy security and peace of mind. And with incentives in place for battery backup, this investment is now more affordable than ever. With financing rates as low as 0.99% and plans offering 18 months same as cash, it's now easier than ever to go solar with no money down. Financing creates an easy bill swap scenario where you replace your electric bill with a loan payment, allowing you to build equity in your own personal energy supply. Don't wait for your next power outage to act. Contact us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net to learn more about solar with battery backup. Don't wait another minute. Sunshine's are wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. The Maryland STEM Festival is wrapping up on Sunday, but there's still lots of events and workshops all around the state celebrating STEM in Maryland to check out. Wolf at the Wharf in Edgewater on Saturday is having an artisan and craft fair, as well as a holiday photo shoot. Wolf on the Wharf is all about dogs and water, by the way. They're fairly new to town. so check them out. Kittens and Cups, Annapolis' own cat cafe, has a workshop on Saturday doing punch needle cat rugs. Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road has a few workshops still. Saturday, check out their beginner crochet class. Then on Monday, check out their Learn to Knit beginner classes. And if you need any help, check out their knit coaching sessions on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. On Saturday, the Wildberry Farm and Market out near Gambrels has another one of their Wildberry field markets, with local vendors, makers, and small business owners selling fun items that can make great gifts. At Art Farm in Annapolis, some fall classes continue. Today, there's stop-motion animation. Tuesday, there's virtual botanical drawing for beginners, as well as graphic design. On Wednesday, there's 3D sculpture, as well as beginner photography. Also this week, check out their sketch night tomorrow. Not a drawing class, but a social hangout with a live model to sketch. The Benjamin Banneker Museum in Park in Ellicott City has some stuff coming up. Tonight, there's fans of Benjamin Banneker Astronomy Club, and on Saturday, there's flint and steel fire making. Learn this method of fire making, which colonists would have used to stay warm. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, Saturday, the Crofton Library has a Crofton Tree Planting event in partnership with the Watership Stewards Academy. Trees will be planted on the library grounds. Also on Saturday, the Odenton Library has Google Docs for Beginners. There's an online session of Native American Spirit with Debbie Wood. Embrace the natural world, explore local place names with Native American histories, and take part in a folktale including weaving a basket and a hoop and bone toy. Also on Saturday, the Bush Annapolis Library has Coding Unplugged for kids 6 through 10. Young coders will navigate themselves through a maze using the colorful programming language Blockly. And finally on Saturday, Discovery's Library at the Mall has a STEM toy adventure with various STEM toys including Cubetto, 3D pens, Ozobots, and more. On Tuesday, the Maryland City at Russet Library is doing Celebrate National Button Day with crafts, creating art on canvas using paint, buttons, and hot glue. Also on Tuesday, Discovery's Library at the Mall has Adult Get Your Build On, Building with Legos. Eastport Annapolis Neck Library has Mad Hatter's Knitting Club for beginners and experienced knitters. The Deal Library has Paint Night, acrylic painting. And finally on Tuesday, there's Getting to Know Your Native Orchids with the senior botanist at the Smithsonian Environmental Research Center online. And lastly, on Wednesday, the Deal Library has Soko Knits, both an afternoon and evening session at the library. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, Tuesday, check out our monthly CAD, CAM, and CNC with Fusion 360 3D Design Workshop online. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at EyeOnAnnapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.